Hi all, this is Jeannie, and we're going to talk about the year-at-a-glance page, how we get it into our planner, how we can copy it from our year-at-a-glance page to our monthly layout, just some things we can do to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to be honest with you, everything involves the setup, and if you set it up well, it will work well for you. I've had several years of experience, and to be honest with you, I don't like the way I've done anything in the past. If you look at my year-at-a-glance on the left-hand side of my 2019 planner, you can tell I added dates. It's handwriting, which is fine. I'm not saying anything about that. But if I'm going to carry it over from year to year, I've decided that it probably needs to be a little more professional. Actually, for my eyes, a little bit easier to read. So I'm going to show you what hours of experimentation have ended up showing me is going to be the best way for me to actually set up my year-at-a-glance in my new planner, not necessarily copying and pasting from my old planner, but creating a new page that will then go forward in every single planner that I have. So, join me in this little journey of setting up my year-at-a-glance page. I've opened up my Mia planner for 2020-21, and there's a couple of very important things I want to point out. Probably the most important is on the 2020 page on my left. Every single month is linked to the monthly layout spread. In other words, January, if I were to tap on that, it would take me immediately to the pink tab that lays on the right-hand side for January. Actually, it would take me to the calendar page. So that is the one that will link me back and forth between my pages for transferring information. My 2021 page on the right-hand side, 2021, is for future reference. But in my case, I'm going to use that today as my working page. Today. I'll explain it as I go. Remember, 2020 is linked on the left-hand side. 2021 is not. I've opened up my 2020 Hadley Mia Planner stickers, and they are in a GoodNotes file, so that's perfect. I've stored them as in one of Sandy's videos, which will be linked in the comment section. And I'm going to get ready to copy them to my working page. So there's a couple of different things I want to do. The first thing I want to do is open up or reopen my planner, and I'm going to do it in a double window so I can just simply go from window to window. I take in the gray working bar, everything's open there, and I tap my finger and I hold it. And in the right-hand end of the toolbar of my planner, it looks kind of like a box with a line down it. That means that it is capable of making a dual window. If you have the iPad Pro or you have the latest iOS, you can do this. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to slide it to the right and drop it. Now I have two windows. And I am going to just move that just a bit. And I'm going to expand my 21 page. Now, it's jumped back to my 2019, so I'm going to go back to my stickers by tapping it. I'm also going to enlarge them. And I'm going to be honest with you, it really isn't going to be pretty, but it will work for me at this moment. I'll clean it up in a bit, and maybe not with you, but later. So I'm going to take on my stickers, that is the left-hand side of my page, and I'm going to engage my lasso. And I'm going to make sure I can grab my images. So I'm going to select my image box and turn everything else off. Images, green, go. I'm going to select the top line of numbers, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it. So I want to come over here, and I want to turn off my pen, and I'm going to click on that. sometimes you got to make it work. I'm going to go paste. And that's good. Now I'm going to go second, copy, and paste. Third, oops, don't want fourth, third, second, copy and paste. And 31's got to go there. Copy and paste. Now for now, that was bad. For this moment, we're not going to do anything else with stickers. We can come back later and decorate all we want to. I'm going to take and actually make this workable for me. So this is, like I told you, messy. So I'm going to do just enough arranging that it's going to be okay. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to get a double window with my planner from 2019, and I'm going to start creating my yearly planner. Let's open that planner and we'll be good to go. 2019 planner open, and I've got my 2020 planner also open. I'm going to make a double window. Again, hold, it illuminates, drag to the right side, and there I have my working version. And you can see that I have, my dates are kind of messed up. I'm going to be working on January just as the example. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to select my lasso, and I'm going to go by dates, with the first date being the 4th. So I'm going to select lasso images, good, copy and paste. Now I'm copying and pasting because I want to leave those there because I've got 12 months I have to plan. So I'm going to size it down. Sometimes sizing it down is really a lot easier if you zoom in. Drag it up into the line. The next thing I want to put in is the 6th. So I'm going to lasso, copy, and paste. And size down. And the next date I want to put in is the 11th. And I think you get the idea of what I'm doing. I could just simply, if I really wanted to, I could copy each one of these handwritten names over here, and that wouldn't be a problem. I would have to make sure with my lasso that it was exactly what I wanted to do, but I want it to be typed. It's, number one, easier, and I'll show you why. If I'm over here lassoing a handwriting, and we'll just go with Tony, I may get all of it, and I did that time, but look what happened. So I do that. Yeah, it's a little bit iffy as to what I'm going to transfer over. So I really like to use my text feature. So I'm going to come over here while I have it large enough to see. I'm going to tap, and I'm going to type on the 4th. I'm going to write Tony D. I make each one. I don't do one text box. I will absolutely not do an entire text box. The reason being, when I take it to my calendar spread, if I do one text box with all of my entries, that means it's a lot more work deleting the ones that don't fit on that particular day. So if I have an individual text, not a problem. I can actually copy, paste, do what I need to do. On the 6th, I'm going to put my cursor in, and that would be Father Alex. And I slide it into position. Now, if I need to correct it or edit it, it's just like any text box. And I can do it independently of all the rest of that's up here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do all of my calendar. And when I come back to you, I will be showing you exactly how to put it into the monthly spreads. Okay, so I have my year at a glance completed. And for what I've got up there, it actually didn't take very long. It took about 20 minutes, and I did have a couple of interruptions. I'm thinking it is just so much neater on the 2020-2021 calendar than it is on the 2019 calendar. It's just easier to read, easier to manipulate. So I'm going to go ahead and close out my left-hand side, my 2019 calendar, because now I'm simply going to be working in my 2020 calendar. And I want to point out, I think it's, April. What happens if, and I could leave this here because these are all things I'm going to add to in my next planner. What happens if I have something like, you can see the sequence of dates is wrong in April. I'll come in on it. I'm going to take my lasso tool and I'm going to select text box and images, and I'm going to take and select two. Whoops, didn't want three. Found if I go through the middle, it sometimes works better. Move two down. I'm going to move one. See what I'm doing? I'm just rearranging. And if I should have something next year, it's not going to happen, but I should have a new grandchild or a new anniversary to remember, I could actually resequence my dates just like that. So I could leave them there if I wanted them, but I don't. I want to move them to my 2020 annual. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to use, again, my lasso. I'm going to select images, text boxes, and I'm just going to encircle everything. And I can either leave it or I can move it. I think I'm just simply going to move everything to this section. Tap off the page, and there it is. It looks like it's good to go. The next thing to do, and I'm only going to do this with one because it would be the way you would do it with everything, is March. I'm going to transfer to my March calendar page. And truthfully, I have nothing set up there. Let's go to January because I do have my January monthly page set up. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to select everything under January. Again, make sure images and text boxes, select, and copy. Now I'm going to go to my link, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to paste. When I paste, I'm going to paste in my notes section. Why do I do that? First of all, I have a graphic background. In other words, I've added these pictures. They're images. If I need to adjust images, I'm going to lose my background. And it's just the nature of GoodNotes. I'm sorry. I also have some dates on here already, so please try to avoid looking at them because I was playing. So I'm going to tap off. Now all I have to do, I'm going to deselect images, and I have text boxes. On the 4th, I'm going to take and lasso Tony D and move him up to the 4th of January. Tap off. On the 6th of January, I'm going to select Father Alex, not both of them. Again, remember half, and move him to the 6th. So now I have all of my input into my monthly calendar. How do I get rid of those little bubbles of numbers? Easy. Go back to lasso, select images, deselect text boxes, select it, and I'm going to show you something. Go through the middle. Let's show you what's going to happen. If I were to select like that and it were to delete, you see what happens to my background? Let's back it up. So now I want to go through the middle, delete, and I've just selected those numbers. If I have extra things in the text boxes I want to select, super simple, delete. So you can see I hope that it really does make a difference what you have selected and what you don't. And this particular calendar looks pretty good to me. I think I've got everybody up here I need, and it's ready to go for the month, and I'm ready to go for the year. I hope this has helped you set up your planner, and I hope it helps you for month-to-month planning. Oh, yeah, by the way, I don't do this on a yearly basis. I do it month to month. It just takes no time at all. It's so simple. Until next time, spread some of that iPlanner love.